Hello, I'm Orla Allen, medium, and Orla Allen, author, and here are some cards for you. So we have an interesting couple of cards for you here today. The first card is the Six of Swords. Now the Six talks about your home life, your family life, and the Swords talks about the problems and issues that are arising. And in this card we very much see that we're on a journey, we're on a path, we're trying to create the opportunities for the family that we want, or the opportunities we want to create for the home life we want. But I feel like there's been certain issues and certain things which have been standing in your way recently. And there's a level of frustration with this card where we've been struggling, we've been trying to push forward, and the things that we were doing should have worked, but for whatever reason, the situation just wasn't what we needed it to be, and things didn't play out the way we expected them to. So I feel like there's been a couple of hurdles that's been put in your way recently, in order to try and achieve what it is that we're aiming for. So I mean, for some of you, then that's perhaps where a relationship's broken down, or where somebody has seriously wronged your relationship and stuff like that. And for other people, it's just like struggles, financial struggles, or work environment struggles, or stuff that we're trying to work through or get past in order to achieve what it is that we're looking for. So I do feel like there's a wee bit of variety in this first card, but I feel like I need to talk about where we've been struggling to achieve our goals, we've been struggling to get to where we want to. I feel like there's very much been a kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul sort of scenario where there hasn't been an excess of money kicking about. There hasn't been maybe there's financial issues where you want to buy something, and for whatever reason stuff has come up and you haven't had that wee nest egg there, or you haven't had that wee ability to conserve the finances just a little bit so that you can afford to buy or purchase or move towards buying whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So I do feel like there's very much an awful lot of hard work that's gone into this situation for you, and it feels like hard work. It doesn't feel like anything's been handed to you. But the good news with this card is that although the swords talk about the problems and issues, these swords they're in a set of four and they're in a set of two, and four talks about where there's more stability coming, because you can see how she's traveling on the boat and she's moving into the water. So I do feel like we're moving past this. That's where we've been for a wee while now, but we're moving past this. We're working towards something else. And I feel like there's been an awful lot of hard work that's gone into this, and I feel like there's an awful lot of where we're just getting up, going to work, coming home, getting up, going to work, coming home, that sort of vibe from it. But I do feel like we're moving out of the darkness and into the light in this card. So I feel like we're moving to a place that's going to be a lot easier or a lot more productive for you. I feel like there's a mental change as well. So I feel like our attitude to the situation has changed, and things are moving forward in a much more positive light. Now, that card's followed by the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles talks about new finances or new abundance. So if it's money that has been holding you back, I feel like this card's coming forward to say to you that there's some new money coming towards you. So maybe there's somebody you've done some work for and you never got paid for it, and you've been waiting for that money to come. This card would signify where that money's going to come in the near future. Or it could be where you have a pay rise coming up. It could be where you just have a windfall. Unfortunately, I can't give you the lottery numbers. That would be lovely if I could. But this card's very much talking about where there's prosperity coming to you. So if it's not finances that have been holding you back, whatever it is that you've been looking for, this abundance. So whether it's love, whether it's friendship, whether it's just a much more happy family unit, whatever it is that you've been trying to achieve, this ace comes forward to say that we're moving into a brand new phase. There's a change about to happen. There's newness coming, and this either financial or abundant prosperity is coming your way, which is always lovely to hear. Now, the next card is the Hanged card, and this card keeps jumping out at me at the minute. So obviously, I think it was in one of my previous readings here, but it keeps coming out of this deck for me at the minute. And I feel like it's talking about where we're going into a new phase where things feel new, feels bright, we feel excited about it. And I kind of feel like, yes, you know, there's been a change. We've had this Ace of Pentacles. We've had this new thing that's happened, new finances, new abundance, whether it's a new partner, whether it's a new phase of a relationship that you're already in. Whatever this newness represents, I feel like the Hanged One is talking about where um we have moved into the new phase, but our head, our mind is still in the old phase, so we're still thinking about the past. So if this is a relationship that's moved into a new phase, or things have got better, or something has changed within a current relationship that you had previously, then I very much feel like we're worried about repeating patterns of the past. And I feel like what we need to do is just let that go. Okay, we can't keep looking back to the past, because all you're going to do is rob yourself of the present. So you need to either accept this relationship for what it is right now, or you need to walk away from it, because if you can't let go of the past, it's not going to help you, it's not going to help the person. So I feel like you very much need to reflect in yourself, your thoughts, your actions, the frame of mind that you're in. And I know it's easy for me to sit here and say, and it's not always going to be easy for you, but you need to realize that you either need to let the past go or move on yourself on your own. Okay, because I don't feel like, when I say that, I'm not trying to tell you that your thoughts are going to be sorry, the door just opened. That's not so I'm not saying to you that your thoughts are going to be realised. I'm not saying that anything's going to happen of it. But what I'm saying is that your mentality needs to be in the right frame of mind in order to make the situation work for you and for the other person. Okay, so I do feel like whatever the context that this card comes forward for you, you need to look at your thoughts, you need to think about how you're approaching the subject, and you need to be positive moving forward. Okay, so from there we've got two cards. Now, I kind of feel like with these two cards, I wanted to split them in a different way than I normally would. And I kind of feel like there's two possible outcomes depending on how you respond to the Hanged One card. So the first card is the Eight of Swords, and it's about where you're manifesting your future, where you're bringing in what you think about. And this card is swords, so it's like you're bringing in problems and issues for yourself. And I feel like if you can't get past the mental thoughts of the past, if you're not able to let go of all that and just accept, be in the moment, very much be mindful in the moment, and approach it from what you're looking at right now, and not think about what you've experienced in the past, then this is what you're going to do. You're going to bring in these negative situations for yourself. I feel like if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're trying to move past it, or you're trying to move on with your relationship, then I feel like if you keep bringing up the past, or if you keep thinking about the past, then the other person's going to get frustrated, and it's almost like you're creating the negative situation by constantly reminding them of it and not letting it go. Because I feel like they're ready to move on, they're ready to create this new future with you, but I feel like it's dependent on where your head's at. So be very conscious of keeping your thoughts positive, believing in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, even if it's not a relationship. Believe that it's going to work for you, because I feel like if you don't, this is kind of the Eight of Swords card that you're going to be left with. Now, if you're able to let go of that kind of mental torture that you're putting yourself under, the Six of Pentacles is the card for you. Now, you'll remember at the start we had the Six of Swords, so it's almost like it's come full circle, because we've moved away from the problems and issues, and we're now in the phase where we are getting abundance. We are creating the six, we're creating the family life, we're creating the home environment that we want to have, whatever that is for you, whether it's finances or whether it is, now I'm not telling you that you're going to win the lottery and you're going to have a pile of money sitting there and you can buy whatever you want, but what I am saying is that if it's finances, then we're able to live comfortably, we're able to take a breath, we're not just living from paycheck to paycheck. It does feel like there's an abundance there for you if you can bring yourself into the mind frame that you can achieve your goals. And I feel like the hands in this card, the image of the hands, feel very positive and happy to me. So I feel like it's not just affecting you, it's affecting everybody that's in your home or in your household. Even if that's just 3 cats and a dog, I do feel like the energy within the home is much more positive. It's much more upbeat, and it's what you're trying to achieve. So it's moving on from what your goal was at the start to achieving it at the finish. And I feel like I feel like it's not quite how you picture it. It's better. Okay.